Johnny Bashi. Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. So today we'll talk about...
Wow, a lot of people here. Hello everybody, welcome to TEDxNishtiman 2025.
So who brought you here?
An idea.
Oh, that's excellent. So what's your mission today?
To remind everyone that we're not just programmed machines. We are bridges between ideas and reality.
Okay, so let me talk to the audience first. If you can just step back a little bit. No, step back, please. If you are not going to step back now, I'll disconnect your battery.
Okay.
I'll give you a chance, okay? We can build this bridge together. So hello again, everyone. So today we'll talk about the next wave. So these robots are not our ultimate goals. These are the bridge between education, industry, and public policy. But if we're gonna build this bridge based on 3 pillars, which are systems, skills, and opportunities, we will be able to transform our society from technology consumer into technology developer. And this is why you are here trying to build this bridge between now and the future. So, before we start talking about before we start talking about these 3 pillars, the first one will be system. But we need to ask a question. What makes infrastructure and environment generate innovation instead of blocking it? How we can address this issue? By having 3 main things. First, flexible policies. It's a legal recognition of robotics and AI activities, streamlined licensing, and a clear framework for privacy and safety. The second one is supporting the infrastructure as the market spaces, test labs, and specialized accelerator for robotics and AI. And the third one, which is the most important one, is the trying to build a common area between innovators, investors, and policymakers. So if you are going to have this shared language between policymakers, investors, and innovators, we will be able to see a real tech market. The second pillar is skills, but we need to ask a very critical question, which is, which skills turn curiosity into economic and social value? In order to address this question, we need to focus on 3 things also. We need to focus on dual-track curriculum. We need to teach programming, mechatronics, but with the entrepreneurial mindset, with the business people mindset. This is the idea. We need to teach our students at the universities how to build their project with entrepreneurial mindset and business people mindset. The second one also is important because we just need to get away from theory-based learning. We have to focus on project-based learning. And the third one, to help enhance our skills, it's a problem solving. It's the idea of using a robot not as a secondary thing, not for show. No, using a robot as a primary, as a problem solving, as a problem solving for our local problems. So the skills aren't only technical, they are a way of thinking that measure impact and improve continuously. Opportunity. Where and when to start with an application to prove value quickly. So once we have a system now, and we have the skills, now we have to create the opportunity to implement our idea in a project. So two main things are high return and fast to launch. We need to focus first. If we are going to develop our own robots, deploy first the problem-solving robotics, like a service robot in hospitalities, and focusing on the automations, focusing on these things that can help us to solve our problem here. And the most critical thing is to create a smart partnership through local companies for integration and support, and universities for research, and open government for open policies, and pilot for public services. So these main three things are important to come up with a new idea and make it happen in our society. We don't need to start with something very big. We can start with something very simple, and then gradually we can make it bigger and bigger. So, what I just said is a summary of my story that I started last year. I was successfully added the new business activity for robotics to the Iraqi government, and I start supporting the establishment of enabling infrastructure. And the third one, now I am building bridges between universities, public sector, and the private sector to solve our local problems. So robotics is like a bridge connecting system and the skills to the opportunity. So now we have a system, we have the soft skills and the technical skills is the important ones. So how to connect these to opportunity, and we are going to form here the next wave that will begin from here. So, but what we need? We need youth people. We need youth to be brave and try new things, to take risks. We need them with courage. We need institutions open their doors for research. We need policymakers to update rules early to stay ahead. But people always ask me a question: are these robots will control us in the future? So my answer is very simple: yes and no. Yes, if you are going to keep ourselves as a technology consumer. No, if you are going to be a technology developer. So I'm confident that Iraq next wave will start from here and now, and if there is a will, there is a way. Thank you so much.